I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 322. A cultured lady, daughter of a well-known solicitor of Madras, asked, "What should one do in order to remain free from thoughts as advised by you? Is it only the inquiry, 'Who am I?'" Maharshi, "Only to remain still. Do it and see." Questioner, "It is impossible." Maharshi, "Exactly. For the same reason, the inquiry, 'Who am I?' is advised." Questioner, "Raising the question, no response comes from within." Maharshi, "What kind of response do you expect? Are you not there? What more?" Questioner, "Thoughts rise up more and more." Maharshi, "Then and there raise the same question, 'Who am I?'" Questioner, "Should I do so as each thought arises?" "Well, the world is our thought only." Maharshi, "Leave this question to the world. Let it ask, 'How did I come into being?'" Questioner, "Do you mean that it is not related to me?" Maharshi, "Nothing is perceived in deep sleep. All these are seen only after waking. Only after thoughts arise, the world comes into being. What can it be but thought?" In this dialogue, the questioner seeks guidance on how to remain free from thoughts, as Ramana Maharshi advises. The questioner, a cultured lady and the daughter of a well-known lawyer from Madras, starts by asking what should she do to achieve this thought-free state. She specifically asks if the inquiry, "Who am I?" is the only way. Ramana responds, saying that one should simply remain still and try it out for oneself. Ramana is giving the primary way to be free of thoughts: just remain still. This is stillness within you. It doesn't matter so much what the body does. Remain still within yourself. The questioner says this is impossible. Maharshi says exactly, and the inability to still the mind is precisely why the inquiry, "Who am I?" is recommended. Like other forms of meditation, self-inquiry provides a single focus, your sense of existing as a knowing self, not a body or mind. The self is always present, so is a great focus for continuous meditation. The self is always real and directly known, not like the indirect knowledge of worldly or mental objects or experiences which are viewed and moderated by the mind, full of tendencies. This exchange illuminates the core teaching of Ramana Maharshi, emphasizing the importance of self-inquiry and stillness as a means to get past the incessant activity of the mind. As the dialogue progresses, the questioner continues to express her struggle. She says that when she raises the question, "Who am I?" within herself, she receives no response. I think this shows that she has gone as far as the mind can go. Then the blank, no response. Maharshi then challenges her expectations, asking what kind of response she is looking for. It is not something you know, like a flash of light, but rather something you know, like you know you exist. Ramana reminds her of her essential existence. We live in what seems like a world full of objects and experiences, so naturally we look for signs of spiritual depth in the same way. But who you are is beyond the senses and the mind. Likewise is the experience. It is known, but may not be experienced. This exchange highlights the fundamental principle that the true self, or I, is always present and beyond conceptualization, beyond knowing as an object, which is all the mind can do. The questioner further says that despite her attempts at self-inquiry, thoughts keep coming. The Maharshi's guidance remains consistent, advising her to stay with the inquiry, "Who am I?" whenever thoughts arise. Investigate your sense of identity, of being, instead of following the thought. Following the thought leads to another thought. Holding to the self leads to peace. This iterative process serves to redirect attention back to the source of thought, facilitating the recognition of your true nature. You are teaching the mind a new response, a new habit, looking within instead of to the mind and world. The dialogue culminates in Maharshi's deep insights regarding the nature of the world and the role of thought. He suggests that the world and your perception of it is intricately linked to thought. Ramana points out that the world has no existence until you think of it. The world is not there during deep sleep, but returns with waking and the resumption of thought. So, says Ramana, what can the world be but thought? Only there when thought of. Maharshi prompts the questioner to reflect on the origin of the world and its relationship to her own experience. By inviting her to investigate the nature of reality, he encourages a deeper understanding of the interplay between consciousness and manifestation. He also opens the door to self-knowledge, which is what brings spiritual depth and self-realization. Overall, this dialogue encapsulates the essence of Ramana Maharshi's teaching on self-inquiry, stillness, and the nature of reality. Through simple yet profound guidance, the Maharshi leads the questioner towards self-realization and liberation from the ceaseless fluctuations of the mind. So, inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. The book, Who Am I with Comments, is my take on these early teachings of Ramana Maharshi. It's available on Amazon, free to Kindle subscribers. A link is in the video notes. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.